NASA mystery resolved. U.S. Space Force finally confirms secret groundbreaking test. The mysterious NASA experiment finally resolved after a decade of conspiracy theories and wild speculation. This after the U.S. Space Force revealed the top secret mission of its unmanned X-37B spacecraft. The X-37B prompted speculation for a decade after its shadowy missions into space, where the spacecraft orbits the Earth for years, and the mysterious space plane's mission to date have remained classified and mysterious, with the U.S. Space Force even refusing to discuss the craft. But ahead of its next launch, which is in a few days, May 16, the U.S. Air and Space Force has finally disclosed parts of the plane's covert mission. According to the U.S. military, the secretive X-37B will carry out research on space radiation and also microwave energy. It will also carry out tests that experts believe could eventually allow drones to sail aloft indefinitely anywhere in the world. And it marks the first time U.S. officials reveal missions details of the X-37B ahead of its mission, the orbital flight. The officials explained that the X-37B will carry payloads to convert the sun's energy into radio frequency microwave energy so it could be sent back to Earth. This energy will then be transmitted to provide reliable power anywhere on Earth or even to spacecraft or other satellites in orbit. It will also evaluate how low orbit impact samples and seeds. The part of the sixth launch, X-37B will take off from Cape Canaveral Air Force Station in Florida on top of a liquid-fueled Atlas V rocket. Now, every time the unmanned space plane launched, it has carried a mysterious payload on long-duration flights into Earth orbit, and it would perform a range of classified missions for NASA since 2010. The first mission lasted 224 days. The second mission lasted a year later. A year later went on for 468 days, and the mission that ended in 2019 lasted a total of 780 days. The latest mission could see the plane spend more than 2 years in space. Air Force Secretary Barbara Barrett said, "This important mission will host more experiments than any prior X-37B flights, including 2 NASA experiments," she said. One is a sample plate evaluating the reaction of select significant materials to the conditions in space. The second studies the effect of ambient space radiation on seeds. The third experiment, designed by the Naval Research Laboratory, transforms solar power into radio frequency microwave energy, then studies transmitting that energy to Earth. And Dr. Paul Jaff from the U.S. Naval Research Lab says that the last experiment will open up entirely new frontiers in terms of long-endurance unmanned aircraft. He said, if you have an electric drone that can fly more than an hour, you're doing pretty well. If we had a way to keep those drones and UAVs flying indefinitely, that would have really far-reaching implications. With power beaming, we have a path towards being able to do that. This is fantastic news on Express UK by Ollie Smith. So I guess that the most important, I don't know about what the radiation effect will be on seeds, but the fact that you will be able to transform the solar energy into microwaves to use that as energy, that can be used even in space travel, right? Not only beaming it back to Earth, but also used in space travel. So anyway, leave your comments. Tell me what you think. Thank you. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.